So I'll never forget this moment. It's like it happened yesterday. But I can see myself running as fast as I can through my house. I can hear the words of my mom saying, "Come on, buddy, you're almost there. You're almost there. Keep going, keep going." And so as I ran faster and faster and faster, I kept glancing behind me, and my dad was running and chasing me in what was called the chase. And so as I'm sprinting towards the safety zone, I can continue to hear my mom saying, "Come on, buddy, you're almost there. You've got it, just a little bit more to go." And then I remember my dad saying right after that, "I'm going to get you, son. Better run faster." So as my 4-year-old legs and arms, my chubby little arms, just kind of kicked into gear, it's almost like everything started moving in slow motion, and I can see it perfectly. I started going like this. My mom kept saying, "Come on, buddy, you're almost there." And I was giggling and looking back, and I saw my dad. And then I turned back towards the safety zone. And a few inches away, felt something come behind me and pick me up. Now, at 4 years old, I started freaking out. See, I knew it was my dad. But in those few seconds, I was terrified because my feet started leaving the ground, and I was no longer going where I wanted to go in the direction that I wanted to head. You see, my eyes were taken off of the safety zone and started going into panic mode and emotion as I felt myself being lifted off the ground. So in those few seconds, I was freaked out, but I then turned around, and what I saw behind me put me at ease again. See, it was my father. And in those moments, in that very moment, I was fine. So I wrapped my arms around his neck, and I hugged him hard enough to let him know I felt comfortable and at home again. That I was at ease, even without having to verbalize it. And I was safe again. I see, the reason I bring this up isn't to tell you about that story, but it's to tell you why this will make such an impact on my life. I'm 26 years old now. That was when I was 4, but I still remember that story. And as I was sitting in a Starbucks this morning, it hit me. The chase. What was the chase all about? And why did it happen? And why am I thinking about it years and years later down the road? You see, it's just like this. Have you ever been standing outside when everything is perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden the biggest, loudest snap of thunder takes you off guard? And you freak out and you jump a little bit, and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Just for a few seconds, you feel scared and in shock. Then everything clicks again. See, that's exactly how I felt when I was being lifted off the ground at 4 years old. But get this. No matter how far you run, no matter how distant you feel, no matter what path you're going on, you can be taken off guard in a second. And then all of your emotions get mixed up, and you don't know where you are, and you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know why you're going through what you're going through. So you feel out of place, out of your comfort zone. Just like I did when I was being picked up. But in those moments, turn around and see what's behind you. Because there is a Father that is holding you. And once you turn around and see His face, you are no longer in shock or panic. You're at ease. Because everything that took you off guard is now back in place when you see the face of your Father. You see, that story when I was 4 years old is no different than my life now. When I feel lost and out of place, I know that I can turn around and see my God, see His face. And as I clench tight around His neck and hold on to what is true, He knows I feel at home without even having to verbalize it. See, the part that I didn't tell you is when I was reaching that safety zone at 4 years old, my dad turned around When we locked eyes, he looked at me and said, "Good try, son, but I'm always going to catch you." And I know now that in moments when I feel lost, and I turn around and I see God's face, and I'm completely at ease again and safe, it's when he looks at me and says, "Good try, son, but I'm always going to catch you." See, we can't run far, but I challenge you in times that you feel off. Turn around and see the face of your Father who cares about you and loves you, and know that he will look at you and say, "Good try, but I'm always going to catch you." See, it's in those moments that we truly need to see and understand what the chase is all about. Because you've got a dad that will never stop running after you. Be blessed. Have a good day.